Hi, my name is Craig Hocknull and welcome to yipdoctor.com. I created the website because I found a solution. I found the way to cure the yips. I myself struggle with the yips. I know exactly how I got the yips and I know exactly how I got rid of the yips. And I can tell you that it almost ended a really significant career as a playing professional. I'm still playing and I'm still competing. I just turned 40 and I'm on my way. And it's not by accident. There's no hypnosis. I'm not knocking any of these other things that other people do, but I'm telling you there's no tricks to it. It's just good old-fashioned golf instruction and problem solving. See, my nature is to leave no stone unturned, and when I was really struck by the yips as a young playing professional, it really rocked my world. I thought, you know what, how can this be? I'm such a great ball striker. You know, I was kind of known as the best ball striker to not be on the tour. And so when you're struggling with missing short putts, and in fact it affected my chipping as well, it really just rocks your world and you think, you know what, this is over. Why even bother? But for me, I wasn't gonna let it rest. I had to figure out a solution. And so I've created this website, yipdoctor.com, just to share with you the facts, to share with you the information. And I can tell you it's not going to be free. In fact, it's going to be very expensive. It's not going to be posted all around YouTube or Vimeo or any of these other outlets. You're not going to see my answers or my solutions on Facebook or any of these other social media outlets. The reason is it's taken me years and years and thousands of dollars and meeting with the best instructors and listening to researchers and looking at different technology. And I can tell you that it's not one answer. It's a culmination of all of these things that are going to solve your yips 100% guaranteed forever. I can tell you that you're still not going to make putts. You're not going to yip it though. And that's the problem, is when you feel that flinching or spasming in your hands or your body and it's just uncontrollable, it's extremely depressing, and it just makes you feel like, why do I even bother? Why am I even doing this? And I'm here to tell you that we can fix all that. I can tell you that you're still going to miss short putts, because every player misses short putts, whether they are struggling with the yips or whether they just miss. Okay, so here's a little story about myself. I played a lot of competitive golf all the way from about 7 or 8 years old all the way up. And like I said, I was always known as the great ball striker that was not on tour. And I was a streaky putter. I had times where I putted amazingly all the way through my junior golf ranks and into college, and even some mini tour stints as an exceptional putter. But here's what happened to me. I had qualified for the National Club Pro Championship in 2008, and I felt like, you know what, this is it. This is going to be my chance. I had sustained previous injuries and was struggling. I didn't have sponsorship backing, and there's just really a culmination of things that you need as a player to get yourself onto the tour. Well, obviously ball striking is one, putting is another, finances is one, family support's another. So as this perfect storm was kind of coming together, where I felt like all my skills and everything were forming, I was given the opportunity to, based on my play at the National Club Pro in 2008, I was given the opportunity to go to my first stage of PGA Tour qualifying school. I had never done this before, and I was 33 years old, and I thought, you know what, this is it. I'm going to give this a shot. And so I went about trying to figure out, how do I, as a golf professional, really take advantage of this opportunity. So I played my qualifying school out in Pinehurst, in Pine Wild was the course. And one of my really good friends came and caddied for me, and he had caddied for me at the National Club Pro. And basically what happened was I had played 3.5 rounds of golf. I was coming into my last 9 holes, and all I had to shoot was 1 under par on my last 9 holes, and I would have made it through the first stage. And for a first time attempt, getting through first stage, that would have been a tremendous accomplishment. So starting on the back 9 on hole 10, I hit it was a par 5, I hit my approach shot into maybe 6 feet, and I 3-putted. And that was the very first time that I had actually felt a flinch, or what we call the yips. I had felt it. Now, that wasn't the first time I had felt disturbed over a putt and missed it. That wasn't the first time that I had some mental anxiety about it and missed it. I had certainly pushed and pulled, but I had never felt that uncontrollable flinch until that moment. And I just kind of blew it off. I pretended it didn't happen, and I went on my way to try to complete that last 9 holes. I remember getting around to about the 13th or 14th hole and turning to my caddy and saying, I'm brain dead right now. I can't even function. I need you to tell me what club to hit and where to hit it. Just keep it simple for me, and that's the only way we're going to get through this round. I was feeling distraught, disappointed. I had come so far, and I could see my dreams of being a PGA Tour player slipping away. Now, you may not have felt that type of anxiety or that stress as a PGA Tour, as a career-ending type thing, but what you may have experienced is some of those emotions and those feelings. And so, from that point on, it was a struggle for me. However, the good news is from 2008 to 2010, I worked diligently. I left no stone unturned, and I came up with the solutions. And I set about radically changing the way I thought, the way I putted, the equipment that I used, and I really focused in on becoming the best putter I could possibly be. And so what happened was, in 2011, I went back into the PGA Tour qualifying school. I had returned in 2009 and 10 unsuccessfully. 2011, I went in and I was renewed. I had a brand new sense for who I was as a person and where I was going, and I really felt like I had made tremendous progress with the putting yips. In 2011, in the beginning stages that year, I qualified for the Canadian Tour through the Canadian Tour qualifying school. At the end of 2011, I made it through all 3 stages and played in the final stage of PGA Tour qualifying school. And in that final stage, I was playing a practice round, and it was in Palm Springs area, and I went up onto the practice putting green, and there was a gentleman up there who was testing strokes. And he had some technology, and he was basically checking out people's putting strokes and giving them feedback. And so I said, hey, what are you doing? Can I try this out? And sure enough, he said, yeah, go ahead. So I went through the entire process with him, and he essentially used his technology to analyze my stroke in all factors. Speed, shaft rotation, whether I was adding loft or de-lofting, all of these different factors. And he said, you're a really good putter, aren't you? And I said, no. And here I am standing at the final stage of qualifying school saying, I don't really believe I'm a good putter. And he said, well, guess what? I've used this technology and I've tested all the best players in the world on several different tours. And he said, your actual stroke is about in the top 3 of anybody I've ever tested. And all of your parameters, when combined, you're in the top 5 putters for stroke and speed and all those different factors of anybody that I've ever tested. Now, I can tell you that I'm still putting fantastically well. It's been a revolutionary thing for me. I've won several tournaments. I was injured again, and so I lost my status on the web.com tour, so I'm back to teaching. But I can tell you that all of my effort and energy has not been wasted. I know I'm a better putter. In fact, I know I'm a world-class putter. And here I am telling you this after struggling and going through missing short putts. I would miss putts from 10 to 20 inches at least once a round, right? And that's embarrassing. And I know how it feels, I know how I got there, and I know how I got out of it. And I know I can help you. So if you're interested in working with me and having me help you really first analyze and diagnose your yips and come up with a solution, whether it's putting, chipping. I've even helped people with full swing, in particular driving. People are having driver yips. I'm not afraid to use the word. It's not a disease, it's not contagious, it's not something that can't be cured. I'm living proof that not only have I cured it for myself, I've helped 100% of the students that I've worked with on their yips, it's been cured, 100% for them. And so I'm standing here in front of you through yipdoctor.com giving you this opportunity. And I'd love to help you. All you have to do is shoot me an email and tell me that you need help, and I'll be right there and we'll work through this together and get you back out on the golf course. There's nothing worse than just feeling that fear and anxiety when you're getting ready to hit a shot or a putt and feeling like you're helpless. And you don't want that. You've probably spent thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars on equipment and lessons and country club memberships, and you're stuck and you're struggling, and I get that. So I'm here to help you. Please shoot me an email and I'll respond to you, and we'll get this taken care of, guaranteed. And if I can't help you and it doesn't get fixed, which I can't possibly believe that, then I'm not going to charge you a penny. But I am going to charge you a lot to start with, because it's worth your money and it's worth my time to help you. So I'm really looking forward to it. Please send me an email and let's get this thing knocked out.